Hey everybody out there, Mike Martirano here, influencer and partnership manager at Fresh and Lean. We're gonna kick off our series called Fresh and Lean's Optimize You via a bunch of IG lives with a lot of talent coming in. So make sure you're staying tuned. Fresh and Lean is dedicating the entire month of January and the first week of February to help the new year, new you get optimized for success. This means tips and tricks, the latest health and wellness info you can actually use, and stories from experts that inspire you to get after it this year. You can learn more about Optimize You at freshandlean.com/optimize you. Again, that's freshandlean.com/optimize you. And today we're talking about performance. Very soon we're going to have the talented gold medal winning Jamie Anderson from the world of snowboarding joining us. And we're going to be talking about a lot of things that she does to optimize her life. Hey, here's Jamie right now.
Hi.
Hi. I got to put my headphones in because that might help me actually listen to you. Here we are. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing out there? And
I'm good.
where are we in?
I'm in Tahoe. We are buried in. There's so much snow.
Oh, jealous. That's good conditions for what you got to do, huh?
It's great. It's always
Beautiful.
to be kind of buried in with a lot of power.
Yeah, right on. So first and foremost, thank you so much for carving out some time. I know you're super busy, and we're gonna have some fun here. So you ready to get into it?
Yes, of course.
Cool, let's do it. So first of all, I gotta ask, what was the latest thing you dropped into what you were listening to when you dropped in? Because music is just so essential to what you do. Last time we chatted.
Music is key. Lately, I've been loving the Gunner album.
Nice.
Kind of old, but dollars on my mind.
The gold
It's
medals
a
on your
good
mind?
beat. Gold on my mind for sure, too.
Very cool. So some athletes achieve greatness. Very few of them have done it more than once. You're a gold medalist. You've already done that. What do you do to stay motivated to repeat that?
Great question. I think it's that mentality of staying motivated by your self-worth. I've done it before. I know I can continue to be great. And I think it's the progression in the sport that keeps me motivated. Maybe not winning another X Games or another Olympic medal, but working towards learning a new trick and putting that into my run and knowing that I'm really reaching my peak performance.
That's amazing. I mean, you talk about doing something new and the day-to-day of it as it goes on. And I mean, when you're talking about staying motivated and with everyone having up and down days, what is it that you're this is what keeps me motivated every time I strap in and go? What is that thing that you're always thinking about as you get motivated? That would somebody listening right now be you know what, I didn't think of that. That's going to help me keep motivated when I hit a stumbling block.
Yeah, it's been a pretty tough last couple months for me with a lot of pressure and trying to kind of dig deep for that motivation. But I read something lately that motivation is what gets you going, but habits are what keep you productive and working. So I think it's trying to create healthy habits that keep that fire in me burning and keep me stoked to go on the mountain. And gratitude is also a huge piece of that. I think when you're grateful and you're happy that you have the opportunities in front of you, it makes you want to work harder to be your greatest self.
So we talk about habits. Now, going from, say, we just wrapped Dew Tour, getting ready for X Games, going into Beijing, are there habits that you modify as you approach each new big championship or big competition?
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, trying to keep my mental health is really essential. When my spirit feels good, I'm mentally sane and stable. I feel like I'm inspired to eat healthy, inspired to go to bed early, inspired to journal or talk to my therapist or do the things that are good for you. And as I go into the season, usually around this time of year, it kind of kicks me into gear. Now's the time. The Olympics are around the corner. I have an event in Mammoth this week. I have X Games in 2 weeks. So it kind of motivates me to like not drink alcohol, make sure I'm eating like well balanced meals, make sure I'm like taking care of every aspect of my well being, not just the physical, not just the mental or the emotional body, but everything together so I can hopefully perform good.
That's kind you will. We know that for sure. And you talk about a little bit
I'll
about
do my
eating.
best.
We know you got this. Talk about eating a little bit. You've been a friend of the family here for Fresh and Lean for a while now, and we're so excited to get to continue to work with you. Do you have one of your favorite meals that we make, or a favorite snack, or at a certain time of the day you're like, I need to get my Fresh and Lean blah meal? Like, what is that meal?
Yeah. So lately, like at Dew Tour, I had a great little care package from Fresh and Lean. And when it's really cold out in the winter, I like the more like protein packed meals.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, I've been loving the roasted chicken with sweet potatoes. It's really nourishing, delicious. I can have my meal ready in like 10 minutes. I usually like to roast it in the oven or do a stove top. And it's delicious. I know it's all good ingredients, and it really has been such a privilege to work with Fresh and Lean and have on the go. Oh, sorry, did that pause? Yeah, to have
No, we're
like all
good.
the
We're
meals on
good.
the go. And then the snacks, I love like the nuts, the flavored almonds. I usually always have those in my backpack in case I need a little snack while I'm riding or
Sure.
competing. And I love the Reese's peanut butter cup. That's like a really good treat to have like in the car for road trips or out in the backcountry.
Yeah, those almond butter cups, those are like the number one favorite thing of everybody we talk to. You know, it's like they love them. And so we're so fortunate that that our leadership came up with those, and you get to enjoy those and
Yeah.
being out there doing all that you do. How do you manage? You know, this is a question I've always wondered. Like, how do you manage being a gold medalist, a philanthropist, a spouse, a family member, and a friend all at the same time? A lot of sponsors, a lot of people always, you know, probably tugging at you. I need you to do this, can you do that, whatever. How do you manage it all? Like, how does it happen?
Oh, sometimes I ask myself that. But I love patience, and I really try to be in the moment and not get too ahead of myself. I love the charity work I do because it gives me a lot of joy and happiness to give back. And just this past fall, we did a fundraising event through an online auction where all my sponsors and even Fresh and Lean donated products, and we raised a lot of money. And that money was targeted to help a lot of the kids in the Tahoe area. My home mountains here at Tahoe dealt with that really gnarly Caldor fire, and they're not able to open this year. So we're
Mm.
the kids on the snowboard team the different mountains to train, and obviously that's financially tapping on the family. So I feel so grateful through all the donors that help support that we're able to help this next generation of kids, because I have such a deep gratitude for getting into sports at a young age. I know it saved my life, and when you're young and active and you get to be out in the elements, it gives you that connection to nature and to something greater than ourselves. And I think in return that helps like the next generation of kids that want to take care of our planet and live a healthy and active lifestyle. And I
Can
think the gift that keeps on giving.
can you tell us where people want to donate right now or get more information on your philanthropy, where we can send them?
Yeah, you can go to jamieandersonsnow.com, and there is a section for the Jamie Anderson Foundation where you can make a donation, and I'll send like autograph cards and photos to donors. And then I'll post on Instagram as well as we do more auctions and more events moving forward into this new year.
Very cool. Very cool. We actually just ran a great sweepstakes with you. So thank you so much for that. I talked to the winner yesterday. I'm not going to say her name, but I think she's probably tuning in right now and just wanted to celebrate that moment again. And just tease out to everybody, we're going to be doing another one of these kick-ass sweepstakes with prizes from all of your other sponsors as well. So thank you so much. And, you know, really getting the most out of it. And, you know, I want to, you talked about children a little earlier. And I want to ask, like, what advice do you have for those younger athletes out there that are, you know, trying to get the most out of their potential. They may be strapping in right now for the first time on a used snowboard that mom and dad pinched together to get them for Christmas or something. Like, what would you speak to that child?
I would say to all the youngsters out there that are, getting into a sport for the first time and maybe a little bit intimidated or afraid, to just enjoy it, have fun. Whatever we do in life should be fun. Life is truly a gift. Every day we have is a precious opportunity to do what we love. And I think when we do what we love, we motivate others. So even if you're afraid to get out there or you're having a hard time, just trust your heart, be kind to those around you, and keep charging. You can do anything.
Absolutely.
I always remember my sister told me at a young age, like, no matter what you want to do in life, it's 90% mental. Like, everyone has the capability, but it's whether or not you believe in yourself. Yeah, you got to get out of your comfort zone and go do great things and like reach your full potential. And yeah, spread love along the way.
You talked about your sister referencing the mental part of it. And that kind of ties back into what we're doing here at Fresh and Lean this month with the Optimize You, about how much it's mind, body, soul, and that mind component of it. What's being such a high octane sport that you're in, one of the coolest visual to look at. I've tried snowboarding and failed miserably. Do you have any advice for women, like specifically wanting to compete in such a high octane sport, and any like what mental advice to help them optimize themselves to get there? Like, don't be afraid. You're gonna fall. You're gonna hurt. Trust me. Probably still have the bruises from the first time I tried snowboarding. But what wisdom can you impart there from a little bit mental state as people trying to optimize themselves for whether it's snowboarding or anything else?
Yeah, I mean, especially for all the women out there, I feel like it's been such a powerful time the last handful of years of like women really tapping into their power, whether it's in your business world or in sports. I know snowboarding is a very male dominated sport, and now more than ever, there's more young girls and girls of all ages getting into it. And I would say 100% believe in yourself and like be okay with like falling and getting back up and knowing that like everyone was a beginner at one point and you don't become great at anything by just overnight. Like, it takes time, it takes perseverance, and it takes like number one, believing in yourself.
That's fantastic. Hope everybody caught that, wrote it down, tattoos it somewhere. Like, you heard it right from Jamie Anderson right there. Does we got one thing that we were asking ourselves around here was, we want to know what it's like to be at the top of that podium. It's like rock stars play venues, race car drivers drive 100, 200 miles an hour that fast. You do it all. You're listening to music, you're going fast, you're flying in the air, and then you're on top of the podium. Like, what is that moment feel like? Can you describe that? Motivate us to get there, all of us, and whatever it is we're trying to challenge, whatever we're trying to do.
I would say it feels very empowering because it takes so much grit and so much strength. And like, especially being a girl in this sport, I have my highs and lows, and sometimes I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster. But I think what I love the most about all these challenges is life, no matter what industry you're in, there's going to be highs and lows, and it can't be a consistent like trajectory up. So honoring yourself and like being okay with failure at times, but also knowing that when you push through the really hard times and you're maybe crying at top of the course and kind of freaking out, pulling it together, like breath work is really important for me. Like, yoga's played a big role in like the contrast of this action sport, and I really love it because of the present time consciousness, or maybe like being in flow state where when I'm dropping into a competition and when I'm in a good headspace, everything slows down, and the only thing that matters is what's exactly happening. I can't future trip on the bottom of the run. I can't think about what happened the time before if maybe it didn't go good. The only thing you're doing is being present, and I think that's a real euphoric feeling, and why I'm still doing it after 15 years on tour. But it really feels good, like when it all comes together. And I put my run down and I land the final jump, like I feel almost like a little explosion of joy in my heart. And I'm proud of myself. I'm almost like, oh, just like a spiritual release of like an adrenaline high, a rush of like contentment. And when you get the highest score and you're like winning the event, it is really a natural high. And honestly, like almost makes me cry because there's been so many highs and lows throughout the years, but
Sure.
I think it's the highs that keep me like working harder to like get myself to my full potential and really tap into that power, because we all got it. And it's really challenging. I wish I had like one recipe of like how it works, but I'm still figuring it out after all these years.
I think we all need to tap into you once you come down and win that gold medal, so we can just like supercharge some of your high and the open heart and the mental
It
state that
really,
you're in, because that would just be, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that all
I
with
also
us.
feel that like it's something greater than me. Like when I'm really in my flow state and like connected to a higher consciousness, like I know the weight of the world isn't really on me. There's like so many things that go into all of it coming together. And it reminds me that I'm not alone, and I've had friends and loved ones that have passed away from the physical realm. And sometimes I dedicate these runs or these moments to like the people who have believed in me, who have maybe had something happen tragic and have left behind the ones they love, and like knowing that no one's guaranteed tomorrow and really all we have is today. So embrace it, live life to the fullest, try to love the ones you love even harder, and just be your own best version of yourself in every day.
That's amazing. Jamie, we are so fortunate to get to work with you and hang out and do this conversation and be the audience of the wisdom that you've just bestowed to us, as we encourage everybody out there to go out there, optimize, take what Jamie just bestowed onto us, and help make that one step forward to that challenge that you're trying to get through mentally, spiritually, physically. Enjoy some Fresh and Lean along the way. We wish you the best out there, Jamie. We'll be looking for you. We'll be working for you. And, we just want to say thanks. I'm sure there's a lot of hearts going up right now for you on the screen here. So that just, that keeps it all warm and cozy and happy for everybody. So we'll let you get back to training. And thank you again. We'll talk to you soon.
And thanks to the whole community at Fresh and Lean and all the followers and fans. You guys are what keep me motivated every day, and especially being fueled up and staying healthy and strong. Health is our number one wealth. So thank you guys for working with me and believing in me.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jamie. We'll catch you next time.
And have a great day.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Much love.
Love.